Hey players, it's Anna Banana. I'm coming to you with your play video for the week or your coaching video. So it's Thanksgiving. I'm shooting this Tuesday, the day before Thanksgiving, or I guess the day before Thanksgiving. And I didn't get any questions from you guys, understandably so. I'm sure that you're already in packing or moving mode, right? Like transit to families and friends. And I did get a couple, so I'll address them in just a minute. But before we do that, man, I don't know about you, but I've been running around like crazy. So let's just take a moment to ground ourselves. So sit straight up, and if you're laying down, lay down, relax, and close your eyes. Right. Allow yourself to inhale up through the crown of your head. And as you exhale, take your shoulders and think about bringing them far, far, far away from your ears. So getting a length in the neck. And then just go ahead and start to roll your neck out. You guys can see how bad my highlights are. I really need them fixed. Right. But just start rolling your neck out and then go the other way. Yeah, go the other way. Just like notice what it feels like. Notice if it's tight or whatever it's feeling with. You can keep doing the rolls if it feels good for you. I'm going to stop now. And then settle back here. Close your eyes again if you opened them. And inhale deeply through the nose. Exhale, side out through the mouth. Do two more just like that on your own. Inhale. And welcome to your coaching video. Um, so this video is about leadership, actually. So I'm going to go ahead and answer one of our players' questions really quickly. Bear with me while I get them for you. Hang on. Yeah. And it goes like this. The thoughts that take up the most space in my mind recently are number one, I want to build a company, and in order to do that, I need to stay in action. Okay, I'm going to stop right there. There's more to that question, but the first thing, player, that I want to point out to you is that you want to build a company, and in order to do that, you need to stay in action. Okay, you're making an assumption. That you have to stay in action, that action relates to the company. And it may, or consider that it may not. Less action may build a company faster than what you're doing. Okay, so I just want to address that. Anytime you go in, you guys, and you think you know, or you make an assertion, it is so valuable to question whether or not that's really true. Right? So hang with me on that. Okay, the next part. However, this locks me into a right or wrong way to do things. Okay, that doesn't actually exist, player. There is no right or wrong way to do things. It's all your perception of right or wrong, which could be different than my right or wrong, which could be different than Sally's right or wrong. So again, you've got a lot of black and white in a world of gray, is what I'm hearing right now. So this person says, however, this locks me into a right or wrong way to do things, which creates stress and is not aligned with my view of the world. Yeah, you can't start a business like that. I'll tell you what, having tried to do it, it doesn't work. So what sort of mindset do you find most helpful when you're working on creating something new, like a company? How do you stay out of the right, wrong way to do things mentally? Mentality. The person says mentality, right? Oh, okay. How do you stay out of the right or wrong way to do things mentality? Got it. Okay. Try on that there's absolutely no right or wrong. way to do things. So that's the first mindset. So it's really a mindset of like curiosity. So right or wrong doesn't exist. And I said this video was going to be about leadership, and I'm going to share a little bit from my life and Derek's life today. You're avoiding responsibility of your own leadership. That's the bottom line, player. You're getting caught up in the right or wrong way to do things, like that even exist, and it doesn't. There's absolutely no right or wrong way to do your life. Just look, who's saying that it's right or wrong? Who's saying it? People, you, who created that viewpoint. It does not exist. So first you've got to be willing to try that on. The next part that I want to point out is, like I said just a minute ago, you are avoiding your own leadership. So we do that in different ways, right? Like you're doing it in a way of like, well, it's either right or it's either wrong, but either way, you're paralyzed and not in action. Because if you were committed to something greater than yourself, all you would see are new actions to take. But it sounds to me like you're more committed to your reasons and your right and wrongness than you are to the difference that your business is going to make in the world, the difference it's going to make for people all over the world. And so if you start relating to yourself like somebody that could have that happen, you'll see whole new actions to take, whole new pathways to take, so that being in action will be a natural occurring for you rather than something to do, right? Like I don't actually feel like We Play Everywhere is like something for me to do. I used to, I've done that before. But the way that it occurs for me now is like, sometimes it'll be Sunday night and I'm like, shit, I've got to do a coaching video. And I've been thinking all week about what I want to do it on. And it's really easy. And I'm never resentful because I know that the contribution it makes to people is far greater than whatever I've got going on a Sunday night when I did the last minute thing and waited to video it. So you've got to get related to yourself from the contribution that you are to others. And like, that's a big one. That's a big one to swallow, that you're a leader that makes a difference for others. And all of you watching this are. And in some way, shape, or form, you're avoiding your own leadership. So chew on that. That's how this player is doing it, right? Okay, next one. Same person. I need to be a better planner. I know when I plan, it reduces my stress and anxiety. On the flip side, when I plan too much, I feel locked in and like I'm not playing in life. Any tip for non-planners to become better at planning? Okay, so it sounds like you do both. You like don't plan and then you plan too much. That's a really good one. And what I would say to that is a piece of advice that somebody gave me recently. Don't make choices out of guilt. Don't make choices out of guilt. And that's a really big one with the holidays right now. Okay. So don't make choices out of guilt. And if you know what you're really interested in, like what your core values are, it'll help to guide everything. So to you, player, what I would recommend is know what you really stand for. There's a great book. I think I recommended it in one of the other videos. It's called The One Thing. So it's by Gary Keller. I highly recommend it. I've read it. It's something that's really changed how I've done business and how we've done our personal life, right? Like Derek and I are on a budget like we've never been before. And it's not for a lack of money. It's really about, we saw that our spending was out of alignment with what's of value to us. And it's really easy to get off track, especially with all the consumption around us. So what I would recommend is that you really take stock of what's important to you, right? Like I was invited to do something tonight and I really, really wanted to go, except I wanted to go because of guilt. And what I'm really committed to is coming into the holidays like really peacefully. And I know that doing a night of working out and making dinner at home will far surpass my time with some friends tonight. And so I opted for that because I said, I have plans tonight. And I do actually have plans. There are plans with myself. But I know that that's how I want to set up my Thanksgiving holiday, to go in like well rested and cared for so that I don't fly off the handle at family members. So once you get clear about like what you're really up to, it's super easy to make plans and to not make plans and to say like, no, no, thank you. Okay. Um, and then we've got one more question. This is a quick one today. This person writes, I've been thinking about getting back into acting. Was in a feature film when I was 11 and couldn't believe I was getting paid to do something that didn't seem like work. When we moved back from England to the US when I was 13, my parents didn't pursue acting with me anymore. And then I graduated college and got a real job. I told the guidance counselor I wanted to be an actress, and she said, let's talk about real jobs you could do, like sales. And I thought, things are different now. That boat has sailed, but maybe not. No, that boat has not sailed. Go be an actress. You know, Morgan Freeman, he didn't get into acting until he was like, I think in his 50s. Yeah, don't stop. And you have no idea what it's going to look like. It may be that you're in community, theater. It could be that you're on Broadway. Like, who knows? My roommate in New York, moved in with me in somewhere in her 30s with a husband up in Rochester, and she had a dream of always being on Broadway and she hadn't pursued it. So you guys, it is not too late. It's never too late. Derek and I are going to go backpack through Europe and drive the West Coast and move to Mexico. Like, this is not what we're supposed to do, but it's how we want our life to look. And last I checked, you're the only one living your life. So who are you living it for? Whose dreams are these? So go out there and get them. And the big takeaway that I want you guys to get is don't avoid your leadership. You are the one leading your life, and leading is an action. It's not a comment. It's not an authority. You lead your life by leading your life. So go out there and do that. I love you guys. Bye.